Hello, we're going with S20 point-slope form graph and equation. So what I did was I wanted to remind you of the formula for point slope. We have y minus y sub 1 equals the slope multiplied by x minus x sub 1, where m is the slope, and the x sub 1 and y sub 1 are the actual point on the line. And we're going to discuss, how do I know what point to graph? So our first example here, we have y minus 4 is equal to negative, and then we have x plus 8. Now keep in mind, this is a negative, but there is an imaginary 1 in front of that parenthesis set. So here, this portion matches this portion. So this negative sign right here and this negative sign are the same. So we know that our y is going to be 4. Now, if we look here, the only reason we got this plus sign is because this had to start out as minus negative 8. So our x would be negative 8. So our point is negative 8, 4. And our slope in this equation is negative 1. So this is what I'm going to graph. I'm going to go negative 8 up 4, start at this point, and my slope is negative 1, so I'm going to go down 1 and to the right 1. Because keep in mind, negative slope is like that airplane landing. All right, let's go ahead and look at another one. All right, our next example shows y plus 2 is equal to negative 2, x plus 3. Well, we can already tell that our slope is negative 2. But how did we get this plus 2 and plus 3? And how do we return back to this form? Well, we know this had to be y minus negative 2. And then this plus 3 had to be minus negative 3. And keep in mind, the reason why I'm saying it this way is because this minus and this minus in the formula have to stay there. This minus does not replace the negative number. It's part of the formula. It must always be there. So our ordered pair, or our point, would be negative 3, negative 2. And be careful, because I've done this before where I've mixed them up just because I'm used to the x going first and the y going second. And I've kind of put the x where the y goes and the y where the x goes. So just be careful about that. So we're going to plot point negative 3, negative 2. And then our slope is negative 2, so we know our line is falling from left to right. So we're going to go down 2 and over 1. Let's do one more. So on this one we have y minus 5 is equal to 1/2 x minus 3. Well, we didn't have to do anything to this because it already looks like our formula. So our slope is 1/2. And our point is 3, 5. So let's go over to the right 3 and up 5. And then our slope is a positive slope. We know that because there's no negative in front of the slope. So we're going to go up 1 and 2 to the right. And there you have it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. See you soon.